Hello everyone, it's Maddie of the Girly Geek and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a little bit of a different video. I think I'm going to be doing a back plan with me. So if you're not familiar, back planning is something a lot of planners do when maybe they've had a chaotic week, they haven't been able to plan, so they basically go back and plan after the fact. So I think I'm going to do that today because I absolutely did not touch my planner last week. It was a very chaotic one. There was many wrenches thrown into what I thought my plans were. So yeah, I'll talk a bit more about that, but basically yeah, last week's spread is completely blank. This was the week before, the week of my shop launch, which was awesome and it was great. But then on the Sunday, things started to get a little bit chaotic. First of all, I usually film my videos over the weekend. So I was planning on doing a plan with me for this week in particular on the weekend. But the weather was kind of crazy. I was busy with, family stuff. And then on Sunday night, we got an evacuation warning because if you did not know, I live in New South Wales, in Sydney, New South Wales, and there have been floods recently. So it was really rainy for many days. It was like record-breaking rainfall. And there was a lot of floods, and my suburb, the area that I live in, is right on the edge of a bunch of suburbs that were flooding due to our dam overflowing and then into the creeks and into the rivers, and it basically just spurred on from there. So we were right on the edge of the flood zone. The worry was that we may be cut off from things, or we may lose power and things like that. So yeah, that came in on Sunday and all the schools in the area were closed and things like that. So we were just kind of on high alert. So we kept the little one home because although his school is not in our immediate area, so it wasn't closed, we just didn't feel right sending him in case something happened and we might be separated from him. So we kept him home Monday, Tuesday, so I was busy looking after him. And then Wednesday was also chaotic, so I'll talk more about that. But yeah, I'm thinking we go back and just do something really simple, simple but cute, and then I'll basically write in all my weird chaotic memories of the week. So I hope that's something you're interested in, who knows. So for this spread, I am thinking of using Sophisticated Florals, which I have not yet touched. I got this a couple weeks back, maybe a month or so ago, when I bought my spring release items. So it's absolutely beautiful, very minimal, and I'm thinking of just kind of going with a black and gray kind of minimal, black, gray, beige kind of spread, with this kind of beige here and some black and things like that. I really love the colors in this book, especially the, of course, pale pink and the rose gold elements here. But obviously, one of my favorite things to do is pink and rose gold spreads. So I'm kind of saving those elements to do some more pink and rose gold spreads, probably later down the line. So I'm thinking of going for some of the black florals and some of the grays and things like that. To kind of complement this, I also brought out Wild Styled because there's a couple of grey and black elements in here as well that I thought would work well with this. And I have my trusty colourful boxes, and also I have colourful shapes off to the side just in case. I'm going to start pulling out my pages and put them in my plastic sleeve as I usually do, and then we'll start pulling stickers. I'll probably speed up the pulling stickers part because it just takes me too long, and I feel like I haven't planned in forever. I know that's stupid. It's only been like, what, a week, but it feels like forever. So I feel like it might take me extra long today. So probably speed that up for you. Okay, so I've just pulled the majority of the stickers that I think I'm going to use for this spread. So let's try and figure out the placement, I guess. So where did I get up to when talking about my weird week? Oh yeah, the flood thing. Over Monday and Tuesday it was predicted to rain a whole lot, so we basically just wanted to stay put, stay safe and together just in case. And then on Wednesday I had a doctor's appointment. I was meant to see my doctor about an issue that's been bugging me for a little bit. So I had an abscess under my left armpit that came up a couple years ago, and I dealt with it, had medicine, everything, and it went dormant for like ages. So it wasn't a problem. And then a couple weeks ago it just came back and it started growing again, and you can't visibly really see anything, but it grew to the size of like a golf ball, and it was very uncomfortable and painful for me having like basically a golf ball sized lump under my arm. And it wasn't dangerous or anything, it's benign. So in the past, in 2018 when it first came up, my doctor was like, if this comes back we'll probably have to get it surgically removed. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, as long as I don't have to deal with it again, that's an adequate option, like we'll just do it. So on Wednesday I was meant to go see him and possibly get a referral for a surgeon to probably do in like the next few weeks. Except when I went and saw him, he basically said, we should get this out today. Like, it was very large and painful. I hadn't been able to sleep properly for many nights. So he was like, I can give you a letter, you can go to the emergency room, and they can get it out, basically. So emergency surgery. I was like, okay. Really didn't expect that, thank you, but yeah. So we thought it would be fairly quick, you know, because we have health insurance. We decided to go to a private hospital, and it's the middle of the week, so we're like, it won't be too crazy. We were wrong. So we got to the ED at like 12, and I was there for 4 hours just sitting around and waiting. I didn't go into surgery until like 7 p.m. So yeah, I was just sitting around the hospital, tired and cold and hungry as hell. I wasn't allowed to eat or drink anything. So it was, yeah, I was just sitting around looking at my phone occasionally, but bored out of my brains. And that's what happened on Wednesday. So yeah, it could have just been day surgery. I could have just stayed there the day, but I ended up finishing late because obviously I started late. Started at like 7. By the time I got out of like the recovery room and everything, it's like 9:30. And then I got out to my actual like private room at like 10. And they decided it was best to keep me overnight for observation. So that's what we did. And I stayed overnight. Yeah, so that was fun. And basically after that, I left lunchtime Thursday, so I stayed like 24 hours, which we weren't expecting at all, but it was alright. It was fine, but the nurses were lovely. But yeah, I had to get that taken care of in the middle of the week unexpectedly. And it was just a weird time, honestly. It was a weird process. I wasn't really prepared for anything that would happen, but we did it. We survived. And yeah, it's feeling much better now. It was very painful the night after surgery. They gave me painkillers, obviously, but then the next day they had to do some other stuff, like remove the packing, and I had no idea they were doing that. The nurse basically just told me she was gonna change my dressing, and I was like, sure. And next thing I know, she was pulling the packing out of my arm, and it was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. So basically they made like a 2-centimeter hole in my armpit, and in surgery they like cleaned it up, drained it out, but they had to put material inside. And then the next day I was completely unmedicated for pain relief, at least, and they started pulling it out, and it was, oh my god, the most painful experience of my life. Like, I was in so much pain that I couldn't talk properly for the next hour. Like, I was a blubbering mess. But you know, it's always weird being told you have a high pain tolerance while you're in the middle of like screaming. So yeah, that was my Thursday, actually. That was Thursday, the day after. So and then Friday and everything, I had to go get my dressing changed and go pick up a prescription, and then obviously just rest it off for the next couple days. It's still quite tender, and one of the nurses told me that on day 3 to 5 the swelling could be quite bad. So yeah, I can feel over the past like day it's a little bit more tender than it was before, but it's not too bad. I can deal with it. So yeah, I just have a hole in my armpit. Just have to keep changing the dressing and everything and keep an eye on it, and then have a follow-up appointment with my doctor next week. But yeah, I've just been really tired after that, because you know, surgery is not easy on your body, and the fact that I was so sleep deprived already when I got there, because I hadn't been able to sleep because of the cyst. For like days I hadn't slept properly, and then even after the surgery that night in hospital, I like barely slept. I slept like 3 hours. So yeah, it was a weird time, but I think I'm okay with this layout. I just realized I've been talking this whole time about me and haven't talked about the spread at all. But, you know, it's alright. So, is this enough? Should I put something in Sunday? Maybe I should. So yeah, that was my week. So Monday, Tuesday, flood stress. Like, oh, by the way, we were Monday, Tuesday, Sunday night is when we got the evacuation warning, and that wasn't lifted until literally I came home from the hospital, and that night the evacuation warning was lifted. I was like, wow, what a weird time. So yeah, we did that. Very weird week. Would not like to live through that again. It's very stressful. So I would hope that I do not have a similar experience again, like ever, but you never know. It's not my first time at the hospital or anything, not my first rodeo, so that's good. Imagine if that was like my first time, that would be weird. I think this is cute. there's not really much for me to write for like the majority of the week, even till like Saturday. The only day that I well, Monday, Tuesday was like babysitting and doing like home learning, and then the rest of the week was rest until like yesterday when we did some errands and stuff. So that's what it is like. Oh yeah, Saturday and yesterday, I caught up on some of the orders for my Etsy shop and my stickers. I had to print off some more stuff and cut some more stuff because I was just a bit behind after everything that went down. But I'm all caught up now. Also, yeah, launching a business and then having a catastrophic week like this is not ideal, because all my plans for like promoting and marketing the business totally went out the window. So I basically have to sit down again and rethink everything, replan everything. But yeah, originally this week's spread was going to be one using my own sticker sheet, which was the Autumn Equinox design, because it is officially now autumn here in Australia, and I was going to use this design as like my spread for the week that I've now decorated, but I'm going to do that for the next week, which is now this week. Isn't that so confusing? Sorry, yeah, it's confusing, I know. But yeah, I'm excited to use that for the upcoming week. But before we can get to that, we obviously have to finish this. I'm going to transfer everything onto the paper, and then we can go ahead and start writing in the stuff that I did. Okay, so everything's on the paper. Let's see if there's anything extra we want to add. A couple more florals somewhere. Some here. I'm thinking something here, but I'm not sure what. This kind of fits, does it? Let me see if there's anything in Wild Style that I want to include. Maybe like some text or something. I kind of think I want to put this in, because I think it would look pretty nice here. I know it's kind of annoying how it's thicker than all the other lines on this page, but I think it works. So I think we'll go with that and start writing in the week. Typically in the week I would write all my major goals on the side here, but all those goals went out the window, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to bother with that for this week. Let me get my pens. So usually the 0.38 Muji gel pen, and then my Tombow brush pens. That's what I use in my planner on a day-to-day basis. So where do we start? Uh-oh. We're on evacuation warning. can see. Oh, this got very leaky. Sometimes my brush pens get extra leaky and I hate it, especially in the middle of a spread. Mackenzie Home to be safe. And then my list of to-dos. His sight words, which is what we do every day, but like especially when he's kept home. So I think I'll just put my little checklist here. Reading practice. I need to move this more into Wednesday because that's what I was intending for it to correspond with, but I've just realized it looks like it's for Tuesday. Okay, that's better. I kind of usually I have not the best memory when it comes to remembering what I do day to day if I don't write it in my planner. I kind of did a recap on Saturday. I just had a plain page in my notebook and I just kind of went back and wrote all the things I remembered about the week. So there's that, which I can revert back to if I need to. But I feel like since I've done that, I kind of jogged my memory a little bit. Well, we can leave it at that for now. Tuesday, we also kept Mackenzie home because of the warning. We did have to leave. Okay, then Wednesday rolled around and that was the date of my doctor's appointment. (10:40 a.m) Now, I don't even know what to write next. It's not bad, it just looks too thick because of its inkiness, so I think I'm going to use this Pentel one. Is this my Pentel one? I don't remember what this is called. Yeah, it's the Pentel sign. Sorry, I just forgot for a second. It's a lot more finicky to control, but it's much thinner. Okay, it's bothering me how fat the top one is, but it's fine. Not my best work, but it's fine. Oh god, that was an accident. So that's Thursday. I got discharged and got to go home. Friday, rest day. Take it easy. Ooh, I forgot to write on Friday that I had to remember. Cancel my chiropractor appointment because I couldn't do that. So what did I do on Saturday? Saturday I just chilled at home, watch YouTube. Saturday, when I had some time to myself, I just watched some YouTube, read, chilled. Finally managed to wash my hair. It was a challenge, but I did it. Do my nails, and that felt great. I felt reborn after all that. What else did I do? Packed a few orders. And I think that's about all I did on Saturday. Oh, I forgot to write the rest of my Friday things. I had to go get my dressing changed. At the medical center. And also get my prescription. Then Sunday we can write errands. And then in the afternoon, I did did a little bit of baking. Made dinner. And that's pretty much my week, I think. So that is what my chaotic week looked like. Probably the most chaotic or weird week in my life. Yeah, probably weirder than that week that I fell down a flight of stairs, and then there was also a frog living in our toilet that appeared for literally no one except me. That was another weird week in my life, but I think this one possibly tops it. I don't know, the frog thing was weird. It still haunts me to this day. But yeah, this is what my planner looks like after back planning a crazy, chaotic week. But I like the simplicity of it. I think it's very neutral and chic and sophisticated. So I guess it suits this weird week in the sense that I needed calm. So yeah, that's this week in my planner. I'll give you a couple of close-ups. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and hearing me ramble about the absurdity of the past week of my life. Let me know if you liked it in the comments down below, if you like this kind of spread, or if you've had a weird, chaotic week of your own in the past, and if you back planned it, what you did, if you kind of memory planned. I actually thought of memory planning and like printing out photos and sticking them in, but that's just, I don't know, there's too much effort for me. So yeah, I'll be back in a few days with a plan with me for the current week, which is, what week is that? Here. This week here, when we turn into April, and I will be doing that with my own stickers from my Etsy shop, which you can check out at The Girly Geek Paper Co. on Instagram and also on Etsy. So yeah, I guess I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again later. Bye.
When I first met you then, thought you were nothing. You were just sitting on the couch with that red jacket. We didn't say a word, who would have thought that this would happen?